Welcome back to another episode of the Real Madrid Career Mode here on FC24. Where last episode we wrapped up the January transfer window by doing absolutely no business. We went ahead and played against Atletico Madrid, in which we whooped them 5-1. Quick sim loss against Girona. That didn't even show y'all guys that. A 4-4 thriller in the first leg of the Champions League against Lazio, in which Vahi scored a hat-trick to rescue us from being 4-1 down. A narrow 2-1 win in the second leg leaves us in the quarterfinals. However, we are yet to find out the fixtures of that because there's still a second half of the Champions League to go. As y'all can see here, the Champions League second half are yet to be played. They will be played in the coming week. We are currently sitting first in La Liga, tied on points with Barcelona. Our goal difference is just better by 7. In fact, we will probably end up playing them in today's episode as well, because we'll have the 2 Champions League games around this time, and then El Classico here as well. We will go ahead and quick sim these 3 games against Celta Vigo, Osasuna, and Athletic Bilbao. And in fact, I'm gonna quick sim off the calendar, to be honest. We win against Celta Vigo 2-1. We probably lose, honestly. I knew we would lose against Osasuna. I think we lost to them in the first game. And then Athletic Bilbao, we draw against Athletic Bilbao. And Champions League quarterfinals came out. Well, let's see. The second half, we already know who came out of here. Barcelona, PSG, us, and Man City. Napoli did beat Benfica. Inter went on penalties against Bayern Munich. Arsenal did end up beating Sirius, and Atletico Madrid do come from behind to win that second leg, to win the entire league. We are playing against Manchester City, one of the strong teams to win it, probably one of the favorites to win it. If we can win this, we are looking real good. Us against Manchester City, PSG versus Madrid, Napoli versus Barcelona, Inter versus Arsenal in the Champions League quarterfinals. We'll go ahead and play both legs of that pretty much back to back here, and then we'll play against Barcelona in the... This is Manchester City's lineup here. Grealish, Haaland, Berardi, Mukhtar. Why do they have Nashville MLS player Mukhtar as their cam? De Bruyne, Bernardo Silva, Davies, Araujo, Ruben Diaz, Walker, Ederson. Barcelona is letting everybody go. Oh, maybe I should click on here. Who's their bench? Rodrigo, Foden, Gavardio, Akanji, Kovacic, Balde, and Ortega. So they have both Barcelona players, Balde and Ruben Diaz. That is insane, squad. This is your starting 11. You might notice somebody in net. Courtois is back from injury, and he is starting here against the first game of his season. It's against Manchester City in the quarterfinals of the Champions League. We also have Eder Militao, who's coming back from injury. Unfortunately, he's not going to find himself on the spot. In fact, he will find himself on the bench for Diamante. Fresnada is going to be dropped to the bench, though, as Fran Garcia is going to come back from injury, and we'll look to incorporate him in today's game against Manchester City. Oh yeah, Alvarez is playing against his old club, and that's a mistake from Courtois on trying to clear it. It comes off Haaland's head into Berardi's path, and it's an easy tap-in for him. And Courtois' first game of the season, it's an absolute howler. We are down 1-0 now to Manchester City. That is not a team you want to be losing to at all. Courtois, poor clearance. Berardi, easy header. We're down 1-0. I'm still confused why Mukhtar is 1 at Man City and 2 starting for them. To Shemeni. Rodrigo into Jude. Saved by Ederson. But it's looking like we are going into halftime down 1-0 here to Man City, thanks to Thibaut Courtois error. And that's all there is in between it. Whole bunch of changes with 2 minutes left to go. Militao's coming back from injury for the injured Rudiger. Garcia's coming back for Mendy. Smith Rowe on for Vinny, and Kamavinga on for Tushimeni. We need that pace up front from Smith Rowe, the freshness. Kevin De Bruyne, 3-1, or 3-1, 2-0. And Kevin De Bruyne makes it 2-0. Can we get a goal here to try and help us out? No. We are going to have to come back down 2-0 in the second leg to Manchester City. It might even be 3-0 if they can score here. which they won't. That's game over. A 2-0 loss away from at home. Actually, not even away from home. That's at home. That's not good at all. Second leg here at the Etihad or the City of Manchester Stadium. We're down 2-0. We need a better performance. Corner. It'll be Valverde to whip it in. And Jude Bellingham to head it in. That's actually Eder Militao in his first start back into the game this season. It's a header within the first couple minutes. And we're down to 2-1 now. Mukhtar, Bernardo. It's 3-1. They restore that 2-goal lead. That is unacceptable. Wow. Gets past Bernardo. Vinny Jr. now. Still with Vinny. It's still with Vinny. It's still with Vinny. It's still with Vinny. It's 3-2. This is a goal fest in the first 15 minutes. Vinny Jr. Walker made a mess out of that. It's Vinny Jr. now. Back post for Alvarez. Alvarez will chest it down to Jude. Saved by Ederson. And I make a mess out of that. Just don't let them score before halftime. Valverde did well there. That's halftime. We're up 2-1. We're down 3-2 on aggregate, though. We are still behind. We still need one more goal, though, before it's level. We need 2 to win. Berardi. Diamande did well there. This might be the last chance of the game. It's Vinny Jr. Then cut inside. It's Vinny Jr. still into Vahi. Vahi will tie things up with 5 minutes left to go. It's 3-3 on aggregate. It's 3-1 on the day. And Carlo Ancelotti is running down the pitch as well. There's still time in here to win. There's still time in here to lose. They won't keep the ball. Valverde gets it back. Valverde now can't find Smith Rowe. And Bernardo Silva and Manchester City are going to have possibly one more chance as Arnu blocks that off. But Grealish is going to win it back. Please, no. Arnu, just clear up the field. No, that's not the clearance I wanted. I'll take the foul. Maybe. Maybe I'll take the foul. I'm not quite sure if I will take the foul. Cross comes in. It's going to go to Holland. Militao will clear it. Vahi, who equalized. He's a rescuer of the champions. He might give us a lead. He will give us a lead. It's 4-1. It's 4-3 on aggregate. And Vahi, it's not the second time he's rescued us in the Champions League. Arnu wins the ball back. It will fall for Vahi. Vahi now. Can you switch the field all the way over to Smith Rowe? It's not a bad ball. And it might end up working out. It will not end up working out. But it'll at least put us to halftime up 1 here with 15 minutes left to go. And have we done it? Has a comeback been completed? It might have. And it should have. It has. And Real Madrid are into the semifinals of the Champions League. A 4-3 comeback against Manchester City. I almost said against Real Madrid. But surely now we're the favorites to win it with the favorites out. Vahi, the magic man. We might have to keep Vahi. We might have to sell Alvarez and keep Vahi. Wow. And all the other fixtures are done as well. Atletico Madrid win on penalties against PSG. What a second leg that is. 5-4, 6-6 on aggregate. Barcelona narrowly get past Napoli there 4-3. And Arsenal. I almost said Barcelona. Arsenal get past Inter Milan 2-1 on aggregate. In all honesty, give me Arsenal. As much as an Arsenal fan I am in real life, give me Arsenal. I'd rather, actually maybe not even Arsenal, maybe Atletico Madrid. Just don't give me Barcelona. I want an El Clasico final, obviously. I would love an El Clasico final. Just don't want an El Clasico semifinal. That would be boring. That's too many games against Barcelona. And talking about El Clasico, that's the game up next. It's El Clasico, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. Their reverse fixture, this time at home. We are 2 points behind them in the league. We currently sit third. However, winning this game will actually put us in first. Atletico Madrid do have that game in hand, so it's very tight at the top. Champions League, is the semifinals done? Thankfully a quick sim. Alright, I didn't quick sim. I hit the L1 button quickly. Who do we have in the semifinals? Just don't give me Barcelona. We have Arsenal. So it's Real Madrid versus Arsenal in the semifinals of the Champions League. And it's Atletico Madrid versus Barcelona. I can see Barcelona getting knocked out, honestly. It could be an all-Spanish final. Obviously, it's up to us to get there. But match day against Atletico, not against Atletico, against Barcelona. It's Gavi on the left-hand side, Lewandowski striker, Rafinha right-hand side, Gundogan. Why am I saying his name so wrong? Romeo, Pedri, Marcos Alonso, Martinez, Christensen, Koundé, Stegen in net. Why am I saying Gundogan's name so wrong? Holy cow. This is your starting 11, same as that starting 11. Let's get into it. Rodrigo, in towards Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham into Valverde. Valverde! 1-0 for Real Madrid. Valverde loves a goal against Barcelona here. And it's 1-0. Rodrigo win the ball back. Rodrigo crossed in. Jude Bellingham, maybe no. Tchouaméni, second ball. It should fall for Rodrigo. It will. Now into Jude Bellingham. Jude Bellingham near post, off the post. Rodrigo gets past Marcos Alonso. That's a mistake for Marcos Alonso. He misread that terribly. Now Rodrigo. Julian Alvarez. He mistakes that terribly as well. And we're going to have time 1-0 up. It should be 4 or 5. Jude over the top for Rodrigo. Did he stay on side? He did. Rodrigo's in behind now. This could put the game to bed. It's Rodrigo! I've been trying to use the right-hand side a little bit more to try and get used to it because honestly it hasn't been working this entire game cycle. But Rodrigo's on the score sheet and it's 2-0. Eder Militao, Bellingham, Vinny Jr. now. It's still with Vinny Jr. It's still with Vinny Jr. 3-0 for Real Madrid. And we go top of the table. And that is game over. Possibly the final of Classico of Season 1. It's a 3-0 win over Xavi's Barcelona. And we leap over them in the table. And hopefully we sit first. We will sit first as long as Atletico Madrid didn't play another game. So they would have another game in hand. But we win 3-0 and possibly the last El Clasico of the season. Definitely the last one for the league, obviously. But obviously still could face them in the final of the Champions League if all things go to plan. Did Atletico Madrid play their game in hand? No. Well, another game, they didn't. So we sit first in the league, tied on points now with Atletico Madrid. It was tied on with Barcelona, now it's Atletico Madrid. There's still 6 games left to go, and it's not over yet. There's 1 point in between third and first, which is absolutely insane. And Real Sociedad is in fourth as well, so we will play them for sure. I will play more league games next episode. And in fact, we might end up playing. We will play Real Sociedad. We'll play Arsenal. Depending on how that Real Sociedad game goes, we might play against Cadiz as well. And if we do play Cadiz, we'll play Arsenal as well. So tomorrow might be a long episode. Monday might be a long episode. This is a Friday episode. So when we come back from the weekend, Monday and Tuesday will be the final of the series.